Hi guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Today is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, June 9th, 2021. I have a motivational quote for you guys today. I just don't have a visual. I have to use my phone for today. My iPad, I don't know if you've noticed the last 2 days, I've had to record from my phone and then transfer. And that still seems to be the biggest issue right now. I don't know what it is. I'll get it on there. It'll let me put the description and the title and the details of the vlog. And then I go to upload it and it just spins and it sits there. So if anybody's a YouTube genius, let me know. But other than that, like I said, today is Wednesday, June 9th. We're going to talk a little bit we'll talk about the motivational quote that I picked out. But like I said, I don't really have a visual. I'm just going to tell you what it is. I wrote it down. But it's not the best visual because it's in abbreviations and all that stuff. And then I'll just babble. Make it a lot shorter though than I did yesterday and Monday. I was just really excited to get back into it and do stuff. I've been trying to find time. So usually during the year, I think it's interesting is that, I don't know if you've noticed, but during the school year, I had school from a specific time and then I would film and it would go up at like 1 or 2. Now in the summer, I literally have no plans whatsoever and it's complete opposite. I work out and I do stuff at home when I have some doctor appointments and that's it. And I'll go to those, but then I'll get so caught up like, oh, I have nothing else to do. I'm going to go work out. And I go work out and I shower and I get upstairs and I'm like, shit, I didn't do the vlog. And I think also being on this hiatus that I had for 3 weeks where I had other people doing it or there wasn't one at all because of the vocal rest and stuff, kind of really threw me off. And so by the end of this week, I hope to get back into the swing of things by Saturday and Sunday or so. We'll have more of a setting. I'll figure out what's going on with YouTube. If I have to, it's not the end of the world. I can film on my phone. It was able to film the entire 20-minute thing that I did yesterday. But I try to make them shorter on my phone so it doesn't take up as much storage and it uploads a lot faster and more efficient and gives people more time to watch, if that makes sense. Usually though, like I said, I would post around 1 or 2, but that just hasn't been the case. So today's motivational quote is all about leadership or educational leadership. If you don't know what educational leadership is, it's when you're taking these presumptions and these actions, whether it's small, big, whatever that is, there's some sort of educational leadership opportunity in front of you. I know at Leiden we have what is called our SEB, which is our Student Equity Board, which was founded this year. It's made up of upcoming seniors, upcoming juniors, upcoming sophomores. Those 3 groups at the moment. They'll recruit for the class of 25 in August, but it's a select group of students that can either be nominated and or signed up for, and they have the opportunity to be a part of that and make change. And how can they make change as students? And they work with these specific teachers and stuff. So that's an educational leadership opportunity. And so the quote that I chose was, educational leadership is more about leading. It's about the success that comes. You take on the successes with your group and you take on the failures. By that I mean the successes that you have, like for example with SEB, the successes that they have, they represent as a group. It's not, oh, this person proposed this idea, well, they get the credit. No, you all get the credit and you all also accept the failures when it comes to that, like if something doesn't come through. Educational leadership is all about taking those risks in terms of, okay, how can I, as a person, improve my own education for myself, but also for those around me. And Student Equity Board is a great opportunity to do so. I wish I had done it. I had been so caught up in 12,000 things because it's who I am. I'm involved in everything all the time, every day. I'm always doing something at Leiden. I'm actually, during this school year specifically, between freshman, sophomore, and junior year, this year with half kids being remote through all the way through February, and then doing hybrid, I was the most active I'd ever been at Leiden. I was working on mural stuff that happened last year, and I was talking with our principal. I was doing usher stuff for the graduation kids this year. I was working with my clubs. We were doing peer mediation. We were doing t-shirt designs for peer mediation. We were doing debating if peer coaching will come back, which it's not, sadly, and I'm very sad by that, but it was more of a writing thing, but it was a lot of fun to do while it lasted. I was taking care of my AP courses. I was going to AP review sessions. I would go to school, and so I would go to school for AP and Lang, not AP and Lang, for my classes, AP and Lang being one of my classes. I would go to school from 8:30 to 12:25. I always had somebody to pick up. I'd pick them up before school, go to school, do school, then drop them off, and then come home. I'd get home at like 1:30. Get home, I would literally come downstairs, work out, and then run back upstairs and do my schoolwork, and then, do whatever else I wanted to do. I usually had about 30 minutes, maybe an hour if I was lucky, of free time. I would use that free time, and then it would be dinner, and then it would be some type of review session for like 2 hours, focused on multiple choice, focused on writing specifically, whatever it was. And then I would come back down here and work out again and do those twice a day. It's like I told you guys yesterday. And it was just this crazy hectic schedule. And then that was just like pretty much a normal day. If I was remote, it was so much easier to do because I wasn't driving to and from, so I could use that time in between classes when I wasn't sitting in a class waiting to go to my next class period. I could use it to work out. I could use it to prep for my next class. I could use it to prep or do other things. I could use it to film vlogs and stuff. And so those days that I was home, those Mondays and all the time Wednesdays and Thursdays in the hybrid setting was so much easier than Tuesdays and Fridays. Tuesdays, my day, so my day would start, Tuesdays and Fridays, my days would start at like 6:30 in the morning. I'd get up, I have the worst insomnia now from it. I used to have a really, really good sleep schedule, and now I don't. Most nights I try to go to bed at like 12:30, but my body is like, well, you've been staying up, or I can't sleep, or I stay up to finish an episode, one more episode of something, and then it ends up being like 3 or 3:30, and then that's when my body says, okay, now go to bed. But now the effect of it is that I wake up at like 11:30, 12. And I didn't want that. I still wanted to start my day every day at 10:30, which is usually what I used to do. Sleep in the latest was 10:30 to be up and at 'em and ready to go, and then have 10:30 to noon or whatever to just free time and then do stuff. But now my body is like, no, we won't let you. I'm lucky if I start feeling tired and end up actually being able to sleep at like 2. And I think that's really going to throw me off because like right now it's like 9:35 when I'm filming this. But like, I know it's really going to throw me off next year. Going back to that 7:30 to 2:30 schedule. If I'm going to bed at 3 and then I got to get up at like 6:30 to get ready because I don't like to be rushed. Get up at 6:30, that's like 3 hours. And then on top of that, I'm driving a vehicle to school. And so I think that my biggest thing would be like, crap, I got 3 hours or less, and now I'm driving a vehicle and my brother's in the car, and it's this whole scary thing. And I know when too much is too much. And so, but in the summer in general though, like that's just my schedule is always off and crazy and insane. I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna go to bed at this time, I'll do this, I'll do that, and then I end up going to bed a lot later. So yeah, but during the year I was very good about it. I would go to bed, my body would be like, yeah, you're tired, you've been running around since 7:38. Depends on like if I was home or not. Like I said, like when I was home, it would be like 8. If I had PE, it would be like 7:30. If I had to be in person, it was 6:30. So my sleep schedule varied, but I would wake up at various times during the week, Monday through Friday. But my sleep schedule itself, I would go to bed every night. I'd post my stuff at midnight on Instagram and Facebook and do that stuff, and then that would be it. So, yeah. So it's been very, very difficult to be like, oh, like it's a relief that I don't have plans most of the time, but at the same time I'm like, well, I really gotta fix this. And when we go to Hawaii at the end of the month, we've been trying to do that since last year. I won't be able to do the vlogs for that week, like I said, because the time zone will be different. So when I'm filming something at 9:30 Hawaii time, technically I should be asleep because we've got something going on at 4 a.m. We have to get up at 4 a.m. Hawaii time, which is like 9 a.m. here for like the Road to Hana stuff and all that. So like I really just like will not have I'll be jet lagged because coming from here to there is going to be, I don't think it's going to be as bad as coming from Hawaii back here, because it's the 5 hours jumps back ahead, versus Hawaii, from here to Hawaii, it heads back 5 hours. And like our flight is at like 6:30 in the morning on the 26th. No, 7:30. meaning I have to be up at the time I would usually go to bed. So I have to be up at about 3:30 in the morning on the 26th, Chicago time, so that we can get to the airport. We're Ubering to the airport for Hawaii. And get there, get through bag check, do the COVID test to make sure that, or give our results and stuff. We'll already have them done and stuff like that, and then just wait there. But our flight, leaves at 6:30 in the morning, on the 26th of June. So we leave at 6:30 in the morning, which means we board at 6. But yeah, we leave at 6:30, which means it's a 9-hour flight. So Chicago time, it would be 3:30 when we land. But in reality, when we land, it's only 10:30 in the morning, Hawaii time. So I know that day when we come in, we're just going to go shopping or do whatever and then pretty much sleep the rest of the day. Because the very next day we go to the Road to Hana, which I think they only had that next day and the day before we left. And the day before we left, we wanted to make sure that we got we just had a relaxed day, because that next day we were going to be sitting on a plane for 9 hours. And we just were like, we don't want to be too jet lagged and too tired and stuff, or miss our flight or whatever, because we stayed out too late. So literally the exact next day, we will be getting up at 1 a.m. Hawaii time to do the Road to Hana, which will be interesting. And I'm going to send pictures and stuff, and I'll still post stuff and have fun with it. But I won't be able to really sit down and talk to you guys about it. Because of the time zone difference. So by the time I actually post something, I'll be like, hey guys, it's June whatever or July whatever, and it's really the next day for you guys. So yeah, so like right now, for example, it's like 5:40 p.m. in Hawaii. It must be nice. But I'm really excited to go. See, I blab and I blab and I blab and I don't even think about it. But I did want to mention, I don't know if you've noticed, but so with the stuff, I kind of just put the date, and I just put the date, the abbreviation for what the date is, and the actual spelled out date. And then I put like one little description of what it's really about for the vlogs. And I think that's easier. But, I don't know if the comments are on, because they were having problems with that yesterday and the day before. But if comments are on, let me know if you want to do, you want me to continue putting in the titles what I'm talking about, so you have a general idea if you want to watch or not. If not, I'll just leave it the way it's been. I think that's been easiest with uploading purposes. I just need to learn to blab less. But the last thing I wanted to discuss real quick is, so I know a lot of you follow me on TikTok, and I haven't been able to really address this because, like I said, I'm gonna say it like 1,000 times. I've been on Vocal Rest and I haven't been able to do these. But our dearest Genesis is still rogue. Not rogue, that's not the right word. Our dearest Genesis is still not around, and so it's very scary. I have no idea where she is or what's happening, and I know that sounds so selfish of me, but I always tell you guys this, but she literally is like one of like 17 sisters that I have, non-biologically, but it feels biologically. So it's really hard, and I could see in her family how stressed they are and how worried they are still. So I always ask this because her parents and I are very close, and I can reach a platform. So if you hear anything, anything, or please just let me know, and I will reach out to her parents and let them know. But it's very scary not knowing where she is. Like, she's like one of my best friends. And it's hard because I look at all these other people graduating and stuff and doing stuff, and I was like, I don't know if she'll be able to do that next year, which sucks. And I just hope she's safe wherever she is. And Genesis, if this is personally to Genesis, but Genesis, if you actually see this, because I know that you always told me that you watched these, if you see it and you make it to this point, please come home, or let me find some way to reach to me. If you don't want to talk to your parents, just something to let me know that you are okay. I miss you. I miss my best friend. And the other day on TikTok, I celebrated 5 years, our 5-year friendship. And every year we would do I popped up in my memories the cheese thing, where I threw a piece of cheese at you, and that popped up in my memories. But I wasn't able to recreate that with you this year. So not to make it a sob story, but I hope that you're okay. I hope that you're safe. I hope that you can find some way to get a hold of somebody. And if you really don't feel comfortable coming back, at least tell your parents what's happening or tell me, just tell somebody so we at least know that you are safe wherever you are, because you've got teachers worried about you. Miss Cunningham texts me daily asking if I've heard anything. You know, you've got Miss Garcia, you've got Mr. Brownlee, you've got all these teachers. Oh, Miss Gagliardi, because you always would come in and hide under the table for me. They're all asking about you, and your parents and anybody who you are close with misses you. And we all do. I mean, everybody who watches this misses you. So, I love you, and I hope you're safe. For the rest of you guys, I need to learn how to not blab for forever, because my phone says I've been going for 15 minutes and 45 seconds. So it's about 2.5 minutes shorter. It's slowly getting there. It went from 19 to 18 to like 16, and probably about a half when I finish this. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. This is going to take a while to upload like it always does, because it's now from my phone, but it's actually a lot more efficient from my phone. But yeah, I will talk to y'all soon. Love you all so much. Have a great rest of your night. Take care of yourselves. Take a shower or bathe or whatever you gotta do. Watch some Grey's Anatomy. It's very healthy for you in an emotional and physical way. Get a workout in. You do you. Whatever makes you happy. This is your summer. It's hot girl summer. Hot girl summer, baby. I shouldn't do that. I'm sorry. All right. Bye, guys.